Folks, welcome back to Person Picks. We're back. Greatest Attorney Chronicles. Let's continue with it. We kind of talked a little bit too much in the break. Sorry about that.
More big brain analyses. Let's go.
Doom!
You are not sorry about it, let's be honest.
9th January.
Shut up.
SS Buria. First class cabin
Can
passageway.
we make that faster? That's so slow.
No. I don't think you can. Or maybe you can? I don't remember.
I gotta ask, who's your favorite absolute Batman character so far? Not including Bats.
Absolute? There's only one Batman character in the episode. Well, I mean...
I said character as in his rogues gallery.
I mean, the majority of his rogues gallery are his best friends,
The
which he
ri-
just threw under the bus.
Wait, what?
He's talking about Batman's rogues gallery.
Yeah.
In the absolute...
In the Absolute universe, his rogues gallery are all his friends.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
They're not his friends now, though. He fucked them so hard.
I would say out of Batman's,
Most of them.
Yeah,
Most of them, yeah.
out of Batman's usual gallery, my favorites are Riddler and Scarecrow.
So Riddler is actually part of his friend group, along with Killer Croc, Penguin.
Why don't you say their actual names?
I forget their.
Edward Nygma and Oswald Cobblepot.
Waylon Jones.
Matches died. He's a separate character. He is a friend to them. He got basically killed off early in the story. Bane is an actual villain, and he tried to turn Batman into another Bane.
All right,
Almost succeeds, only to absolutely lose control.
Wait, what?
that's for when it's
when it's auto.
when it's
Okay.
autoplay. Yeah, unfortunately, there's it.
Doesn't look like it, yeah.
Bummer. Anyway, so Zyka, do you want to be Susanoo?
Okay.
I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that.
I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what that speckled band was.
Are you sure about that?
We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door.
He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute.
What is it?
Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go?
Oh yes, he's completely disappeared.
When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists.
Couldn't they have gotten a shirt that fit him a little better?
I don't know, maybe he wants to show off his midriff.
Maybe. He could be one of those guys. All right, so yeah,
Ooh.
move back to the cabin. Nikolina Pavlova. Nicola.
Wait, that plate wasn't on the floor before, was it?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Yeah. Gloria. Looks like they're still investigating in here.
Yes. On that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed.
What do you mean, unscathed?
Surely you haven't forgotten Naruhodo-san?
Yeah, he sacrificed his potential position here to give us a chance.
Oh no, the professor will hit me! Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you.
Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know.
Alright, so...
But he's not in this room right now.
Is there...
Oh, there he is. Okay. Wow!
Ah, you're back!
Inspector!
What happened to you? Your face is... Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches.
Made by a bear, maybe?
When I told the captain that I had given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then toss me overboard.
What?
But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really.
It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to.
Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little more about the neighboring cabin. Yes, so I understand. Oh? Bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Hairlock Schultz. I don't think he was German, though.
Ah, that explains it.
Shall we compare notes
But-
then?
Shall we compare notes then? Well, we can tell you what we found out.
I thought that was me speaking. I'm sorry. I am badly hurt.
Mhm.
Yes, let's do it. Naruhodo, I'm in a catastrophic amount of pain.
The cabin next door.
What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door?
Oh, do you know who she is?
Please, what self-respecting ballet fan would know that graceful angel? Oh, do I usually cough up this much blood?
Oops, I think I upset him there.
Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least.
Oh? How?
Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they?
Oops, now I've definitely upset him.
Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene is undisturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you.
Oh? What?
Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please.
New information.
New information.
What's this new information you have, Inspector?
It's this. The Burrier's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report.
Oh, Cosmo's post-mortem report?
Cosmo-san.
So, what was the cause of death?
Damage to the cervical vertebrae. It is what's written in the report. His neck was broken? Yes, it would seem so.
So wait, I thought you said he wasn't dead.
I never said that.
Oh, okay.
There was no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all.
Well, what weapon was used then?
Nothing has been found as yet. But the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object. Something that wouldn't leave a mark. Even blunt objects would leave a mark, though.
Yeah,
Like a bruise.
yeah, a constrictor though.
Yeah.
And actually, the constrictor did leave a mark.
Yeah.
Not necessarily on him, but definitely on somebody else.
Definitely on that big burly seaman.
Yeah.
All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left.
Poor Cosmo.
I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, it's fine. I trust you. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I?
Ah.
He is kind of a buffoon, but he's got a good heart. He does give off Gumshoe vibes in a different variety.
Yeah.
Like a different spice.
It's not that he's incompetent. He's just he gets a couple of steps behind unintentionally.
And gets a little too excited about certain things. I mean, rightfully so. Actually, would you check out the post-mortem report? I want to see what it says.
Oops, wrong button.
Too far. Too far.
I pressed B, dagnabbit.
Nah, you were pressing A. Somewhere between 1 A and 1. Damage to the cervical vertebrae, resulting in instant death. The victim's neck was almost certainly broken as a result of a strong blow to the area. No obvious external injuries or traces of poison. Okay. Cool. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he? Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored.
Did he say anything at all?
Actually, now that you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish! Was all he said.
Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant.
It was when he was over there, by the piece of broken glass, do you see?
Oh, perhaps.
Perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think? Yes, that must be it.
But how could Sholmes know it was shoe polish?
He probably tasted it. It used to be cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. He probably, like put it in his mouth.
It's disgusting. It's shoe polish.
Knowing him, right?
Yeah.
It is like you cannot grasp the mental intellect that is Sherlock Holmes.
What is it, Susato-san?
Well, Cosmo-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue.
Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then.
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him.
Oh! Does this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Cosmo's shoes as they scuffed on the floor?
That means he might have slipped on something.
That, or he was struggling with something.
Yeah. Because that purple thing that's there looks like half of a bell.
It looks like part of a teacup to me, but yeah.
Yeah. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should report to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head.
Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you.
Poor Inspector, you look exhausted. Oh, no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi. He was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You are his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning.
Oh no, it's there, isn't it?
Heavy head.
That's a heavy head. That's interesting. My head's still throbbing too.
Almost as if they were all drugged or something. Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna glean anything more by looking at stuff.
Yeah, go back to the passageway.
Hello? I only clicked once, thank you.
There were no traces of poison in the system, but like maybe he
No
was...
traces of poison that they know.
Yeah. Ah! Look, Naruhodo-san. Seaman Stroganoff has gone. See, she even says it, too. It's not just me.
Strong enough?
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us.
All these Russian names are impossible to remember.
Just call him Heavy, or we'll be here all day.
I don't know. I like Stroganoff.
Yeah,
I
I think that one's a funny name.
I actually had Stroganoff
Yeah.
recently.
That is a funny name though, Biff Stroganoff.
Yeah.
Tra-la-la.
Oh, jeez. Did you hear that? It sounded like somebody singing.
Tra-la-la, lira-lira-lay. I did it the great detective way.
Oh, jeez.
Miss Carolyn, I know that lark-like voice.
Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it.
Firmly grasp it!
Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate.
Definitely. But before that, Stringy Knot crewman comes back.
Stringy knot. It's Stroganoff, not Stringy knot.
I love how sensitive my stick is.
Do. Indestructible. 9th of January, SS period. First class cabin number 2.
Why is that so agonizing slow? Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Suzato-san? Oh! Where's she gone? Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things.
Okay, I gotta
There's
go.
not a moment to waste, Naruhodo-san.
You gotta go?
Yeah.
Okay, boy.
See you later.
Like,
Bye, sweetheart.
We must investigate this
bye.
as quickly as we can.
I suppose you're right. For Cosmo's sake.
Not just for Cosmos.
What do you mean? For you too.
It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to.
Yes, we will.
Alright, so do some examining in it.
So this ventilator connects to Cosmo's cabin next door.
Yes, although what a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room.
Maybe. It's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise an alarm.
Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning.
That is a possibility. Anyway, last night Cosmo wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of his ventilator.
I don't know, that seems that whoever came through that vent would probably be super sus anyways. Oh my, Miss Pavlova's case is open!
It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret.
Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Furia. Wonder what kind of animals she had in there. And more to the point, where is it now? Oh, you know, somebody's trouser, maybe.
Yeah.
I love how they didn't give up on the tongue-in-cheek names for their characters.
I was a little upset that one of the characters didn't have the JonTron.
All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one.
Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though.
It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Cosmo's cabin.
Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing that difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase.
No, if it's affecting 2 rooms, that means the ship listed.
Either that, or it could have been Rocky Seas.
Yeah. I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company?
Old habits die hard. All right then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage.
Not everything bad happens on this ship is because of me, you know.
Oh, really? I thought I saw you turning green a moment ago.
It's not easy being green.
Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here, too. I don't like seeing things in disarray.
Stop tampering with the crime scene.
Nothing unusual here.
Cool. Bad. No. Bad.
Naruhodo-san, are you there?
Sorry? I'm right here, yes. Why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know.
What, you think they all lead to Narnia? Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes.
Dagnabbit yawning. I was rather hoping we might see Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. Stop calling it her friend!
I'm sorry, the last time, I've played Resident Evil 4, I don't like it when snakes jump out at me.
I thought this was talking about the bag.
I
but
thought
it
so
was
too, but
the
that
wardrobe.
was something we needed to investigate anyways.
Teacup. Teapot.
It would seem this teapot is empty.
So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are very thirsty. Stop it!
Well, I mean, if they're drinking a lot, they are thirsty, technically. Or, because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night, she hadn't had a chance to make any tea yet.
I mean,
it could be either.
it's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it. Why?
You're rather obstinate, aren't you? Remember, he's the Apollo of this generation. I wonder if this little saucer is doing on the floor.
Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately.
Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here?
What? A leak?
Is this ship quite safe?
I'm sure that even if there's a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is gonna sink.
No, you're right. Of course you're right.
She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she?
Okie dokie.
We've already established she has a little friend and it's an animal. Hello? It's a feeding thing.
The table, you could look at the table.
Oh.
Yeah, when the crosshair changes like that.
I didn't notice it, I don't know why it did. There are just a few books on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it.
Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. It's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read. They're all Russian.
Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian.
Thanks. I think I probably already knew that.
It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhodo-san. Kindly remember that. It's too early.
There's not really anything else to search. Is there?
Look around. Did you check the thing on the... Oh, and there's the rule thing.
Oh yes, they're displayed in this cabin too. Look, the SS Buria's rights of rules of matches.
Rights
We
of
already established that with the questioning.
right of passage. This isn't Spirit of Justice.
Yeah. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly prohibited.
Would a snake technically count as a weapon?
Pets and a weapon.
Yeah. I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend. Stop.
I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. She's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine. Sorry, I thought that was her.
No, that's I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard.
I mean, I would. Well, no, I wouldn't, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
No, yes, so do I.
I think there's one more thing you can look at.
The
Other
door?
than the door. Other than the door. But still, look at the
Door. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin doors has. If the bolt's drawn across, there's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside.
Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across on its own accord, would it?
No, and the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. Oh, right. At least they acknowledged it.
Yeah. And it seals up perfectly, too, to stop any seawater coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through the crack around the closed door either.
You seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me.
I think there's one more thing you can look at on the far left. Far next to the far left.
The tassel? There's one of these next to the bed in Kazuma's cabin, too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist.
That's gonna get us in trouble. She barely hesitated there, and she gave it a good tug, too.
No, I didn't actually expect anyone to do that.
We don't want them to! We're trying to investigate in secret!
Is there anything else? Alright, move back to the passageway.
Wrong button. Wrong button again.
Press B.
I was pressing B. That's the weird part.
Alright, now go back to the passageway. Now look to your right.
Hey, you.
Hey. Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes. Look.
Wow, you never know when he's gonna turn up next, do you?
He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself.
Whoops.
Tra-la-li-li-li, I did it the right detective way.
He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Or he's simply in extremely high spirits. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky her lock was about.
Excuse me.
I solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way.
Mr. Schultz!
Oh, great googly moogly! What is it? You want to fight? Honestly, interrupting a fellow while he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climactic finish.
Sorry, I thought you were never gonna stop, so I figured now is a good time as any.
I very nearly dropped out you on the to the floor with one of my famous right hooks.
Alright, I get the picture. Now, could you put those fists away?
I love the animations in this game. They're so seamless. Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in study of the ship's log, as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here. I didn't read that.
Oh yes, the ship's log.
Yeah, was that was that you?
I believe that's you.
Ah, yes, the ship's log.
And did you find out anything useful from it?
Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank.
Which means that there's nothing to report. Nothing of note happens, so...
You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it.
Sorry?
Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
There is something, but they didn't want to write it
Observe
down.
the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in this first-class passageway. And he was an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour.
He has an almost religious.
Yeah.
Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes?
Nothing to report.
Meaning he hasn't written anything, period.
Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet,
The ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report.
do you mean... Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file.
The ship's log has been entered into the mental file.
It should have said mental file instead of funny thing.
Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective.
Ah, you're too kind. You're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Shoals brilliance. Or should I say, elegance? Oh, ouch.
What is it? Are you hurt?
Oh, then don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason, nothing more.
Another one.
So that's the third person to talk about a headache. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. I certainly hope it's not a wild encounter.
He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought.
It's just, well, I feel the same.
Sorry?
Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing.
Oh, you too? That's 4 people.
Like, almost everyone involved seems to have a headache. Move back to Pavlova's room.
Oh.
Door. That door leads to the second class area.
It's locked. I can't open it.
No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape.
Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that.
You are under suspicion, and in this franchise, you are guilty until proven innocent.
Fire the doors, something.
You don't have to. Just go back to Pavlova's room.
Pavlova. Did she steal away?
What's that?
Oh no.
Shut down the engines immediately! Vessel sighted at quarter mile 4! Full stop! Hard to starboard! All hands brace for impact!
What the?
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
What?
I can't stand!
Susato-san, hold on to me!
Ah!
Susato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
Everything was yeeted. Looks like we avoided a collision.
I think.
Yes, the ship has come to a stop.
Oh my goodness, what about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Hello? Is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance!
The bolt closed on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like...
So that's how the door locked itself from the inside.
Yeah. Inspector Hosonaga.
Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly!
What? The bolt? Look at that! The door's bolted! Did you do that, Susato-san?
No, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books.
So that happened last night.
They're just like they were before again.
So the ship made a hard stop last night.
Yeah.
Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? And that would explain something else.
Yep.
Because if that situation happened, most normal people would have woken up from it.
Yeah, but we were all drugged.
But if we were all drugged,
Yeah. I better tidy this place up first.
and that could have led to Kazuma sliding on the shoe polish.
Yeah. Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery, at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart.
All right, that was part 2, and now we're jumping into part 3. We should be able to finish it. Hopefully. We'll see, because there's quite a few in this part. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, this part's actually pretty long. We might not be able to clear it out.
Yeah, we've got an
But
hour.
we'll at least get through a lot of it, a good chunk of it.
Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Somehow the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Susato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Uh-oh.
You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? You both look unhurt. Good.
Yes, we're fine. Thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship.
Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though.
Oh? How did that happen?
There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming, crew are running everywhere. This first-class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see.
I need to check something.
Check what?
Uh-huh. Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside?
You wicked intruder! Dressed all in black, you are the devil!
Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first.
You opened my traveling case, how could you?
What? No, we didn't touch it.
It was open the whole time.
Yep.
That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector. Yes? Arrest this man. I know he did it. He is criminal. Is it not enough that he has killed man? Duh, and he is stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? Take him away. He is a trespasser as well as everything else. Stowing away, trespassing, killing, eating my chicken. She is right. You are dumb.
Doesn't look good, does it?
There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police.
Wait, a cell?
Please, Inspector Hasanaga, is there nothing you can do? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. This is terrible.
This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately.
Okay, I believe you need to look around.
Yeah. I just need to keep calm and focus on the task at hand, which is investigating.
Yeah, don't touch my things! You want me to show you where crawfish hibernates? Hi-ya! Whoa! Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think you're doing?
Wow, everyone's attacking me. And I was just starting to think she was my friend. Isn't there anyone who can help me out of this mess?
Turn your sight to the right.
Oh, he's there, isn't it?
Well, look. This freaking guy.
What the? What are you doing up there?
Shh, I am close.
Mr. Sholmes?
Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no.
Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then?
Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall to full of brag and bounce.
So full of...
So full of brag and bounce.
I never know whether to take this man seriously or not.
You again, the great detective. Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak! An urgent report from the great detective can mean but one thing. Yes! The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Burya, has been solved! By me, naturally!
What?
Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist.
That's a take on one of his famous statements.
Mm-hmm.
Once you rule out the possible, the impossible becomes real.
Eliminate the impossible, and all that remains is the truth, no matter how improbable.
That's right. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. This series is almost built on that statement.
Yeah.
So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I'm about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
Okay, I need to edit things now.
You have solved it? Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing student boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is this stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it.
I didn't do it!
The truth is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut on the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who is inside the cabin. Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories. Locked room, that is point! The room was locked.
Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have drawn across from outside the cabin.
You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. And what other entrance? We've never discovered one. Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man! The ventilator? You think this is funny? You cannot even put my arm through that hole.
That's because your arm is thick as tree trunks.
You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? That's not possible. But it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the murder.
The intruder.
The intruder, sorry. Murder intruder. I mix up words all the time. The act of passing through the ventilator. Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Cosmo-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator control. Precisely, my dear man. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? So to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin.
Mr. Scholes, what are you doing?
There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold!
What the? It's a snake.
Yeah. He's a noodle.
Allow me to introduce you all
Danger Noodle.
to the band, the Speckled Band.
A snake?
Indubitably.
That's her little friend. Mr. Scholes, just one thing.
Pray, what troubles you?
Well, that snake isn't really speckled, isn't it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say?
Hmm? Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it
A striped band.
the Striped Band, wouldn't you?
It's making noises as if it's a rattler.
No, that's the tongue coming.
I know, but tongues don't usually make that sound. It
Well, there
sounds
has to
like
be something for it.
it
for the
sounds like a
game.
rattle, though.
Yeah.
There has to be something for the game.
Yeah.
You both see and observe, with distinction, however. Do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? It's a trap!
How exactly?
I think perhaps it is time I explained the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me.
Uh-huh.
There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one, last night your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. No.
She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head.
This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi?
It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head.
That would be one hell of a big ass snail if it's wrapped around its head. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend of in your neck.
And if it's a constrictor, it's not venomous, though.
Still, getting bit in the neck is still not pleasant. Yeah. So everyone, let us begin. Herlock Shows is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Oh, I love these segments.
Yeah. The game is afoot! Wait, why not a hand, though?
I don't know. Your hand will be busy fingering something. Intruder's identity. Miss Pablo, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall these horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what is the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, is it not? Was it not?
He's going to claim it's the Russian, isn't it?
As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent you see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. This victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band.
Speckled band.
Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give for it? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have a answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's sloughed skin.
Sloth.
Sloth skin.
It's a very hard to pronounce word.
Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin, no? I don't know what you're talking about.
So far, he's right on the money.
Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to be to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is the rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. A snake so dreadful, you can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India.
I'm not seeing any contradiction in that
That
statement.
might be a bit of a stretch, but
Yeah. I'm not seeing any obvious.
how Mr. Asoki died. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim.
He's gonna say he was bitten, and I have to correct that.
How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data in which he had been appraised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom.
Nope. That I can correct.
Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that it remains evidence to affirm it's at the crime scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be? Yes. An examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. There were no traces of poison in him.
Or injury.
The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense. There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case.
Other than, the cause of death, he's kind of been right on the money.
When we first...
Oops, that was an accident. Hang on. Sorry.
When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent...
Oh, for goodness sake. I didn't mean to press that time. I was trying to exit out of it.
Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't. It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you could had used to train your serpent friend.
Return to her.
Train? Indeed, you put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. With a period, you summoned it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you released the snake once more. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training? It's not true. They slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord. The creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence finally. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. I should write a book about this.
I forget. We did ascertain the Russian whoever wrote in front of the victim, right?
I think that was supposed to be like him identifying the culprit, or like I think it said wardrobe.
Okay.
Yeah. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible.
I mean, if it's right. Death by venomous snakes bite.
How do we know if that snake is venomous? How do you know the snake is venomous? Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band.
I'll let him bite somebody.
Please, hold your applause.
The fact that it hasn't bitten anybody is admits to contrary.
I need you to use some mushroom so you can be for me.
Okay.
Blech.
Hey Josh, can you do some voices for me?
No.
Thanks. Alright, time to bring out my amazing bag of tricks and voices.
Just give the...
Miss Pavlova trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to winning any creature. Incredible! You've solved the mystery! Amazing, your great deduction really lives up to his name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand.
Could I get your opinion, Mr. Sholmes?
But of course, what's on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method, and I will answer both loudly and proudly.
Oh, well, good. First of all... Oh,
No, you're fine.
snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madam.
And reptiles, don't drink milk.
Ah,
It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
no matter. I doubt Miss Pavlova used some other tree to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
There is something else. Snakes have no ears.
No, but they do have sound receptors. Can I do Holmes? Because you do a lot of voices.
Oh,
Or,
you want to do the big Russian guy?
no, I want to do Sholmes.
For now.
Oh, you want?
He likes Sholmes.
I want.
Okay, I'll
I
leave.
I
like-
was like, because
he
you
likes
get
Sholmes.
you get the main character.
Yeah. Okay, I'll leave it alone then.
He also likes Sholmes a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's great. He's one of the greatest characters in these games.
Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling.
But madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute?
Yeah, that's actually been debunked multiple times. It's not the flute itself. It's the flute waving back and forth.
It's the movement. Yeah, it's the movement of the charmer.
Yeah. The reason why is because a snake is attracted by movement like that.
Yeah,
That's a predator for you.
yeah.
I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements.
Maybe that too. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless.
Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes.
There is one other thing.
You have more?
Snakes use the squiggles on their bellies to propel themselves.
And their muscles.
So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins.
True.
Then it should try hard.
That's not how it works. Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this.
Shoals is just looking at the snake. What are you? What do you even do?
Why do you exist?
Do. Mm. He was on the right track, though.
Mm,
What is going on?
I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, you don't mean...
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and then turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try.
All right, I guess we'll have to. Stop smiling.
You love this, shut up!
Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, right.
So, cast your eyes down at your wrists again.
What? You've done it again! You're...
Your handcuffs are gone.
Where did they go? Fear not. I shall see they're restored after our work is done.
I really wish you'd leave them off.
Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Dance with me, Mr. Naruhodo. I will teach you the waltz.
Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
Tutor's identity. Miss Pavlova, moments ago, you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes. When you recall these horrid events, your aching hearts, your aching heart smarts with pain.
You're haking art.
Art.
Does she have a pained expression on her face?
Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then?
Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova.
Uh-huh. Scratch.
But that's a claw mark.
Yeah.
Oh, Naruhodo-san, look! That looks like a very painful wound.
It looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal. And fairly recently, too.
Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here.
Can I go down? No?
Go back to the claw mark. Present it.
Oh.
Yes! So the snake isn't her friend, isn't the friend she was talking about.
So whose snake is it then?
I don't know.
Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain.
Indeed. And simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh.
Ah,
Miss Pavlova. Oh, sorry, that's you.
Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Sometime last night?
ah,
Wait, are you Pavlova as well?
Do you want to be?
I might as well.
Sure, why not?
Be
Do you know how to do Russian accent?
When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse.
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance.
Alright, so this sounds like it's leading into this, whatever creature it is a mammal because it does take milk. Well, is it a cat?
Maybe.
Okay, okay.
Anyway.
Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us.
It seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they?
No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow. Unless
Oh.
the wizards.
Yeah, a lizard.
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 Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is it? What's the true identity of this friend of hers?
You should follow her gaze, Nadawoto-san.
So Viper, you...
That's where we'll find the answer.
So Viper, you lied to me. Why are you allowed to learn Shadow Claw? Oh, look at the picture.
Eh?
Look at the picture on the table.
Oh.
And that is why I
Look at it first.
Kitty. No.
And there's the bell.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away.
She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Yes, that's true, but personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye.
Dubious creature.
Did I say,
No.
what, was it actually dubious?
No.
No. It just,
No.
I know, I'm just saying dubious
Oh.
creature.
Maybe we better take a closer look at this. Belle.
Well, no. Do you see the crosshair hasn't lit up?
Yes! Let's all get that. Without a doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us.
Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear.
Oh no.
Kitty. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you?
Huh. Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind.
Darka would appear to be a Russian blue.
Looks,
And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary.
that Russian blue looks like a black cat, but it's a black and
Well,
white
it's
photo.
also brave.
Yeah.
Great
It's a sepia tone.
The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
It was the snake skin, but it was for different reasons.
Are you sure though? We'll take another look around.
Yeah, maybe it's in her other hand.
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
No, but it does. You have a question to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back.
Give an answer, but yeah.
Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's sloth skin.
Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
If she just left it in her pocket, no one would ever have known.
Oh yes, toys like that are Mr. Sean's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
I thought deduction was a specialty, or maybe making me believe that that was a ploy too.
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that that's the skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Let me guess, a cat toy? That's a whip?
Examine it.
Well, it is speckled, and it is a band, but... what is it? Oh, it's a ribbon, isn't it?
Keep going.
It seems soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort? It's a cat toy. And it looks like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy.
That's me.
Oh.
I think it may be a cat's toy. This art is common in the West, apparently.
Was that a toy for cats?
Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it.
That sounds positively adorable.
There you go.
Cat's toy.
Now you can present.
Hi-ya. Later, Sleepy.
Every time it breaks the glass, I always imagine it's just going Sumalora!
No, when he breaks the glass, all I'm thinking of is Final Fantasy X. Dun, 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 dun.
That too. Of course you would.
It's a mouse on the chat. Booked a mouse.
Hello.
Look at a mouse! Look at a mouse!
Bye, mouse. Yeah, that's right. We're playing Great Ace Attorney.
You're gonna get comfortable. You need the couch. Yes, the thing you're trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy.
Precisely. And the true nature of the now infamous speckled band.
Yes, all the boops mouse.
Huh?
And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it.
But why? For what reason?
My dear boy, there can be only one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return.
Ah.
In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka.
But that didn't kill him.
Or we'll see.
Yeah.
Kia! A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova.
Court record.
Court record. Court record.
It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bill cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator.
Russian blue.
I know what a Russian blue is.
Yep.
I've seen them multiple
I know.
times.
I just wanted to know what type of cat it was.
One of the first cats I ever had a fondness for was a Russian blue at the farm we used to go to take vacations at.
Darka, she is so naughty.
That cat's name was Greystone.
A beloved kitten.
Solved.
Right, now, this like, blithering, like, whatever.
To be fair, for half of that, I actually believed his deduction to be
Yeah, it
correct.
seemed, like, that's what I like about this. Like, it seems like his conclusions are logical, but, like, there's something that he misses the mark on that causes it to get derailed.
Yeah.
Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why?
The cat picked up a baseball bat and smack the back of his head.
According to the data of which I had been appraised, it would appear that there were no visible signs of injury.
Ah,
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom.
Well, no, because it's not a snake anymore.
what Mr. Strom says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body.
That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of the one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned.
Yeah, so it seems so. Let's keep in the information he's missing now.
Yes! Yes! He was poisoned by he was killed by the post-mortem report.
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report.
Ah, yes. I knew it was one or the other.
His neck was...
Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive it.
Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know.
The jury is out. Anyway, we have a good authority on that the victim's neck was broken. To be fair, he does have a very thick neck, so breaking his neck would be at least a little bit more difficult.
Gee, his deductions sound okay, but there are some that sound a little tad off the mark, hence the need to correct.
Yeah, that's why like his conclusions aren't terrible. It's just there's one thing about it that causes it to go like.
Yeah.
Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it's at the scene of the crime.
Oh no, could there be?
Yes, an examination of the deceased's body would prove the cause of death conclusively.
Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something, or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably, Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow.
Yeah, that cat would have to be Morgana for that to work.
Yeah.
I suppose it's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident.
Oh, yes. A bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe what Cosmo saw, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that we can explain that happened?
There's a scuff mark made by his shoe. But
Yeah.
like, the way that it looks like he might have slipped.
Yeah.
Yes! And he did experience something that could result
Yeah.
in people slipping.
Yeah. Yes! The examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. Not conclusively, I'd argue that one.
This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish. I should know, I licked it.
Shoe polish?
Indeed, possibly identified by a little analysis device that I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. It's my tongue. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish.
And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped.
Please, no.
And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instance, he lost his life.
No!
That doesn't involve her, though.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life?
Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case.
I don't believe it. Council must have merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
But
And if this part of Mr. Sholm's deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Why can't I rotate further? Alcoma Hall?
It's only the tiara, but look on the other side too. There's something below there, isn't there? Looks like a wastebasket.
Oh.
This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them.
But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably, there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, what's that?
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Yara...
Okay, so
I know. I'm going to present the bell, but I want to get this to us. Ah, somebody appears to have dropped 20,000 rubles here.
good.
It hasn't been dropped, no matter what is on. It's been plagues.
I'm starting to sound like Mr. Sholmes.
Stop trying to sound like the great detective.
Yes! Sumulua!
Da, 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 da. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket.
Ah,
Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air.
Precisely. We found the other piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And that, as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly.
oh no.
So, Miss Pablo, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin?
Yeah.
Yup!
Yes, that's all.
You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not?
I don't.
I don't know, in that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time here, girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
The photograph.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes. The evidence linking to Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be...
Photograph,
Photograph, photograph. If you look at this photograph, look at this graph, you can clearly see, hanging from darkest color, the very glass bell in question.
The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pablo. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall.
And the cause of that fateful stumble? Your absent feline friend, Darka! death by tripping over a cat. Elementary.
My dear Naruhodo.
Damn it, we're going back to school.
Shit.
You go to school every
It's true, I do go to school.
Now, why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it.
Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping.
So at that point, you thought it safe to try to lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin.
Darka always loved this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried listening to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return.
So the faint whistling sound Cosmo wrote about in this diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet.
Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened.
Yes, but there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out, and then, oh, it was such a dreadful bang. And then afterwards, nothing. Yeah, it was totally silent.
Cosmo was. Some stuff still doesn't add up to me.
From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim tripping on the glass bell and stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Maria is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning.
Is that mine or yours?
If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet,
Sorry.
the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards?
It's in her code, isn't it?
In the end, I managed to get her to come back to the ventilator.
Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock my case, and now she's disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am.
Well, he knows something about himself, at least.
So he's cat code. Okay. Good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
When I woke this morning, I heard that the young man in that bed next to mine had done things, but I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared.
I can always,
Scared that they would send me back.
I can imagine that Sholmes is that one guy that would see a glass on the table and just go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake?
You're right. Where is it?
If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it, and where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship? Why are you petting it?
Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Pirozuko. What?
You literally could have clarified that, and we wouldn't have gone down this entire rabbit hole.
That snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here.
Yes. How did that snake get into this cabin?
But animals are not permitted on board. Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend, without someone who understands?
Couldn't you find someone a little bit more human who understands you better? I don't know. The company of pets is often better.
But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in.
He's not venomous though. He's a constrictor. It's one or the other. There are no snakes that have both.
Yeah. No venom. Pirozko does not have venom. He is harmless. Very, very long, but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny.
Gentle, no. Adorable, yes.
He is Doodle.
Yeah, he is Danger Noodle. The thing about snakes is they always have a killing method, but it doesn't necessarily mean biting.
Yeah.
With constrictors, it's literally just squeezing the life out of things.
Squeeze the death, yeah. Because Noodle is one big muscle.
Yes.
It's venomless? Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see Big Smile.
And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? No, you dumbass.
Ha! Like they say, they milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes like that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Pirozko eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses.
Ah. Oh, so is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for?
Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food?
Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now.
Snakes like live prey.
Yeah,
Because of the struggling helps it go down.
Yeah.
It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous?
This is such a boring thing.
How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? Is not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Pirozko is nothing to do with this incident.
Oh, she's somewhat posting. Death by strangulation is the common method for constrictors, so there's no need for them to have venom. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death.
Ugh.
Now, there's still a part of this that doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Why did he write in Russian
Yeah.
and about the wardrobe? A, he wouldn't sell his friend out like that. B, he doesn't know Russian.
Yeah. And C, that would technically get him in just as much trouble.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Miss Pavlova. I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize.
Just need to check something.
But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then No matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But
What are you talking about, Miss Mikito? What lies? Miss Pavlova has just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events, an incident.
I'm no great detective like Mr. Chalmers. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it.
I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues in this matter.
Oh?
I am only present here for a very specific reason. To be pissed off at snakes, apparently. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction.
A distraction?
I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable.
Ah! Not again! When did he do that?
Especially when they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call.
You were Mr. Sholmes.
Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours, was he not?
Yes. Cosmo was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even.
In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes. Whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. And how that scene in your cabin really came to be.
And how your bandana rustles in the wind when there's no wind.
You think if I got that, I would have infinite ammo as well?
That's a possibility. We'd have to test it out. Alright.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
So then, shall we begin?
Yes!
What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside.
We can answer that one now.
Was this truly an unfortunate accident?
No, because why would somebody cover it up by writing Russian like that if it was an accident?
Yeah. Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Hold it! Wait! Let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it?
That was his first hold it. I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right here in Cosmos' cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident.
Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident.
Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. The There's no way Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor.
That script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case.
But maybe he was studying Russian. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast.
Not that simple, thank you. That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Death was instantaneous.
Yeah.
Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death.
Ah.
Which means after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead.
That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if what Ms. Pavlova told us was true.
What?
So Susato-san has noticed it too then. Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident. In other words... Trying to figure out here. There's no... But that's not inside the cabin. It's gotta be something else.
Okay, so I understand the logic. I understand the logic here. I know what it is. Think of something that was left in the room when after he fell.
Yeah, but I don't have anything...
Before he fell, like what caused him to fall?
Oh, the cat.
Well, here's the thing. Look at what was left by the shoe mark.
Yeah.
Why would half of that be in Miss Pavlova's room? And the other half be in his room?
True. Okay.
Yes!
Sorry, this line of reasoning was kind of not clear. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor.
But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken in half and the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic?
Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw.
What?
If that's what really what happened, then how did the other half of the bell end up back here in this cabin?
Ah.
Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that wastepaper basket? Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no.
Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asogi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth in order to cover up his or her own guilt.
Yeah.
Anime reaction.
Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi.
Uh-oh.
You are wasting time. Someone else was there? Duh, of course, we know this.
What are you talking about?
Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out.
Now I have to prove that that's not the case.
Oh, yes. And only other person in cabin was when young student died was you. Yes!
It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened.
You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details.
But I don't know Russian. There's no way I could have left that message.
Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details.
Would you mind?
Forgive me, my dear friend. You go ahead, you explain.
As I was saying,
Dude, you're throwing off my groove.
the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then the same person picked up the...
And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Sobi really died.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all of the pieces of the bell? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yes, well,
It was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. A single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice the fragment of the tiny item.
You all suspect me.
Hold it! Simon
Demon Stroganoff?
That was very good impression of me. I am impressed. Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on the ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal.
Ah, so that's it.
You say that when young student died, Nina was there in this cabin? But that's not possible. I give my tooth.
Oath? You can't handle the tooth.
This is most interesting. And why would you give your tooth? How can you be so sure? You are a great detective, you should know. Look through the eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. No one could go into cabin, not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Yet, it's impossible.
Ah, he's right.
But wait, I read about this in detective stories. People often tie a thread around the object so they can open and close them from the outside.
Are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, and one could expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel, with not a gap in sight. Steel needles, magnets could have been used.
No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Narumoto suggested it earlier, so...
Suzato-san, how could you shift it onto me like that?
Why do you keep bringing it up? So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door could have been bolted inside.
Couldn't have been
Couldn't
bolted
have
shut.
Shut from us.
That is wrong.
Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you?
Way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside? One way does spring to mind, yes.
Do you really know what Mr. Shums means, Mr. Narumoto?
Yes, and so should you. Because we've seen it happen.
Indeed we have. So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. Just present the book.
Yes!
Look at the bookcase here. See how all the books and things on it have toppled over?
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe, yes. It was known as the force of inertia acting on the objects.
Is there nothing Susato-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book, at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door.
Ah!
It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We'd come into this cabin not long before and we hadn't bolted the door. But then...
Oh, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance!
Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosoda? Oh, yes. That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across the top door.
Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inepta, if you want to call it that. Ineptia.
Are you trying to say that last night after Mr. Asogi was killed? The SS Berea made another emergency stop?
When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
I mean, it was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like Mr. Asogi's cabin.
Oh, my.
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova?
Are you out of your mind? You say Berea made emergency stop?
We can confirm this too, because she boarded last night.
It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine. Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button on the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm.
Oh, yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of the number of buttons around the vessel that allow any crewman to raise the alarm. And guess who was the crewman that was in there at the time?
Uh-huh.
The sort of button one is almost compelled to push, to press, to satisfy one's curiosity. It is a big red button after all.
Wait.
Wait! It was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interests of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today.
Well, without that little thing that he did, we wouldn't have noticed all the things that we do now.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. to be pressed, whatever the occasion.
He's the kind of guy who, as a kid, would pull the fire alarm just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure he probably did.
He sounds almost proud of himself.
How dare you mess with ship? I report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now. Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learnt our valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider.
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did the ship make an emergency stop, or did it not?
I can tell you right now, it did.
It certainly did. You are idiots! Buria is huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop, even in middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere.
Not if you drugged everybody.
And there's actually evidence that something did happen.
No.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Nautical?
Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea.
Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruto?
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night?
Yes!
This, you see? Do you see, Mr. Sholmes?
My dear boy, I think you're jumping to conclusions.
Ah!
Most regrettably, I see that the only emergency is that which your logic faculties are meant to.
It's correct, damn it! Give it to me!
There's something else.
I know.
I'm really not at all sure that any evidence exists that can help us here.
Remember, Mr. Sun, that evidence may not always be that which exists per se.
Oh,
Yeah, because there's a certain something we have. There are days when evidence is that which is distinctly missing.
Oh, okay. Today being one of those days, presumably. Now you say that, one piece of evidence does come to mind, actually.
what evidence, Mr. Naruto?
Fascinating. You tell us.
My bitch! Man.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff, it's your duty to patrol the first-class area of the ship, isn't that right?
That is correct. Why?
And the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties.
What are you doing with that? That is mine? Ah, you're rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with the mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always.
The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you write the phrase "nothing to report" every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until the first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all.
Nothing recorded in the log? That is... because nothing happened.
But if nothing happened, you would normally write "nothing to report," wouldn't you?
Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Brilliant. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's login.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Well, yeah, we have only seen this passenger today.
Stop talking rubbish! If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself.
Oh? Why?
Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would know it.
Nope.
That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship glitched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point.
What of the throb? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it.
Ah,
Oh, yes. I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since falling.
Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspect.
He's right. My head's been throbbing today, too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. And the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe. And had those cuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when that was happening to me?
Tell me, Mr. Naughton. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you?
Oh, well, yes. Sorry.
The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on?
Well, Cosmo looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals.
So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it?
Yes, in fact. I had all of that. Cosmo wasn't fond of chicken.
Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all?
That's right. He didn't touch it. Is that relevant?
My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken?
I do. No! Really? Is that really true?
The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug?
A sleeping drug?
Well, to be fair, if that's the case, they could easily sneak her on board without anybody or sneak her off.
Yeah. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop?
Senator Hodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea.
I don't know.
Precisely.
Once you remove
Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator.
Yep.
What?
Mr. Sholmes.
Well, seaman.
He's already admitted that she was a princess of this ship.
And
Everybody knew her.
everyone
Yep.
knows her
They would do anything to protect her.
to protect their princess.
Yeah.
Well, seaman. Eh? I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. I would have used rape for aiding and abetting a renegade.
So, raking over the coals would be a person or a few people, but hauling over the coals is probably just all of you would be.
Okay.
Come on. I will tell everything.
Eh?
I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
These crewmen are your former comrades.
Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night.
Yes, I remember now. I didn't notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point.
Duh. We could not make all drug. How do you say dissolve?
Ah, talk about heavy seasoning.
At midnight, the waters near Shanghai. We brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat.
Wait. That means we were Shanghai.
Dun dun dun! While all the passengers of the SS Beria slept soundly. Thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion your evening meals had contained.
So, if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew. People who disliked chicken and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. Now the entire crew is suspect.
The entire crew is suspect, and the only other person who was awake at the time was Kazuma, so he knew about it.
Yeah. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door. But why kill him, other than the fact that he was awake at the time? That seems a bit much.
But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What?
Ah, of course! Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins. After which, they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug.
What? And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes.
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. And if not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked. And so none. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt on a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. You have talked a long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And somebody who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock the door. All told, a busy night.
But I don't know about any of this. I am just a little girl.
Uh-huh.
You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories we don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable trait. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo,
Oh, yes?
do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind.
What accusatory cry of guilt?
Sorry, you've lost me.
Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No. You must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? I believe the time has come for one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Cut it off here.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go.
This is the perfect spot to cut it off. We're going to call it here. So we'll continue this next week, next Friday. I'm sure there's probably some more fun on Sunday, more Phasmophobia, I guess.
Yeah, Phasmo.
Yep. And then on Thursday, we'll continue with our regularly scheduled routines then. And then Friday, we'll be back with more logic and reasoning spectacular.
Woo!
We're gonna finish case number 2 and maybe start case number 3. I think we're approaching the end of this week.
Alrighty, that's us for tonight, folks. We'll see you guys again on Sunday for some Phasmophobia, and we'll see. Bleh. If you want to watch the rest of our schedule, check our offline page. If you want to watch us live, watch us here on twitch.tv/Terminator. If you want to join our lovely community, please join us here on the Poutine Munchers Discord. We'll see you guys then.
Bye!
See you later.